Hello everyone! Welcome po ulit sa ating Math Isip YouTube channel where you can find free Tagalog mathematics tutorial. In our lesson for today, we are going to discuss word problems involving linear inequalities in one variable. But before we begin, let me just remind everyone, pag hindi pa po tayo nakakapag-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel, you can click the subscribe button and the notification bell para po lagi tayong updated sa mga susunod pang mga uploads. Thank you very much our dear students and our dear parents and teachers for supporting our YouTube channel. For those teachers who are interested with our PowerPoint presentations, you can message us on our Facebook page to inquire of our PowerPoint products. Okay, so without further ado, let us now begin with our lesson. Ito po ang ating learning competency for today to solve problems involving linear inequalities in one variable. Alright, so in our previous lesson, we learned about linear inequality. Let us have a review of our definition. So a linear inequality is a mathematical statement that relates a linear expression as either less than or greater than another. It can be written in the form, pwedeng ganito po ang kanyang form, ax plus b is less than c. Pwede rin pong ax plus b is greater than c, ax plus b is less than or equal to c, and then we also have here ax plus b is greater than or equal to c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. So ano po yung mga examples natin? We can have 2x plus 3 is less than 7. We can have 5x minus 2 is greater than 8. We can also have 3x is less than or equal to 9. Wala po dito yung b. Ang value ng b ay 0. Ang value ng a natin is 3. Okay, at ang c natin is 9. Next, we can also have these kinds of inequalities wherein we have to simplify this first so we can solve for the missing variable. Okay, so how do we solve linear inequality in one variable? Solution to a linear inequality is a number that makes the inequality true statement when substituted for the variable. Linear inequalities can have infinitely many solutions or no solution at all. So we have here the steps in solving linear inequality. Okay, so first we have to simplify both sides. We have to isolate the variables. Okay, and then take note of this, when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, reverse the inequality sign. Okay, lagi po natin ginagawa yan pag nagdi-divide tayo ng negative number or nagmumultiply tayo ng negative number in both sides of the equation. Mababaliktad po yung ating inequality symbol or yung sign. Number 4, you will write the solution set, and number 5, graph the solution on a number line. Take note, set po yung ating sagot dito because we are not just looking for one value of the variable, but rather many values. Okay? So let us have our graphing. So i-review ulit natin ang graphing. How do we graph a linear inequality in one variable? So kapag ganito po yung symbol natin, ang tawag po natin sa mga ganitong inequalities ay strict inequalities. Pag less than o kaya ay greater than lang. Kapag meron na po siyang or equal, halimbawa po ito less than or equal, ito naman po ay greater than or equal, ang tawag na po natin dito ay slack inequalities. Okay? So let us have the graph. For example, we have here x is greater than 3. So in our number line, again in our number line, pwede naman pong mas mahaba or mas maiksi dito as long as na ipapakita po natin yung graph ng ating inequality. So i-identify lang po natin yung 3. So nandito po yung 3. Gagamit po tayo ng, ito po ay open circle o kaya ay open dot para po i-represent natin yung greater than. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi po kasama yung 3 dito. And since this is greater than, we are going to shade dito po sa right side. So meaning, the value of x can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 6, or more. And then, hindi po kasama yung 3 dito. Kaya po, open yung ating circle. Next, what if we have here x is less than or equal to 3? So in our number line, we will identify 3, again, the location of 3. And then here, take note, ang ginamit na natin ay solid circle o kaya ay close dot. Ibig sabihin, kasama na po yung value ng 3 dito. So we have here less than or equal, meaning we will shade the left side. Ibig sabihin, yung value ng x pwedeng 3, pwedeng 2, pwedeng 1, 0, or even the negative numbers as long as they are less than or equal to 3. Okay, if you happen to watch our video on linear inequalities in one variable and their graphs, mas maganda pong panoorin nyo muna ito before we proceed to this topic para po mas maintindihan nyo at mas ready kayo for our lesson for today. Okay, proceed na po tayo sa solving word problems involving linear inequalities in one variable. Okay, let's have first this real-life situation. Okay, can linear inequalities be seen in real life? Yes po, no? So, let's have this example. Imagine Alex wants to buy some notebooks for school. Each notebook costs 35 pesos and he only has 200 pesos in his wallet. Now, the question is, how many notebooks can Alex buy without spending more than 200 pesos, okay? Well, we can actually answer this problem using basic operations. However, this can be represented using inequalities as well, okay? So, this is just a simple example. Let's say x is equal to the number of notebooks. Now, how are we going to represent this? We can say that 35x, ito po yung number of notebooks natin. And then, since ang isang notebook ay 35 pesos, we can say 35 times x, okay? Next, we use the symbol less than or equal followed by our 200 pesos here, okay? Because it says here in the problem na hindi siya pwedeng lumagpas sa 200 pesos because he only has 200 pesos in his wallet. Okay, but pwede ba ang 200? Yes, because he has 200 pesos. We can use the equal. Okay, so it's less than or equal symbol. Now, this inequality means the total cost must be less than or equal to 200 pesos. Okay, ito po yung pag-represent natin ng ating problem using linear inequality. Next part is how are we going to solve for this inequality. So, using the properties of inequality pa rin, we can solve for the value of x. So, we can divide both sides by 35 para matanggal po natin si 35 dito at ang maiwan lang ay si x. So, we can isolate it on one side. So, we have here x is less than or equal to 200 divided by 35 is 5.71. So, our answer is 5. Bakit 5 po ang ating final answer? Because since Alex can't buy a part of a notebook, that means he can buy at most 5 notebooks only. So, wala naman pong notebook na 0.71. So, we can just approximate it using just a whole number which is 5. So, ito na po yung ating final answer. Okay, let's have more examples of word problems involving linear inequality in one variable. Okay, so I'm going to show you the solution, and then after these examples, I will give you also exercises so you can also practice. Okay, so let me read the first one. To graduate, a student must complete at least 50 hours of community service. If the student has already completed 32 hours, how many more hours are needed to meet the requirement? So, ilan po yung requirement na number of hours? It's at least 50 hours. Okay, so let's have our inequality. First step is to write an inequality to represent the situation. Yung student, meron na siyang 32 hours na nakumpleto. So, ilan pa po ang kailangan niya para ma-meet yung requirements? We can represent it. We can represent the variable. You can use h. Okay, let h be the number of additional hours needed. Pwede bang ibang letters or ibang variables naman ang gamitin? Pwede po. It's up to you as long as you have to represent it in the solution. Okay, so we have here 32. Since 32 na po yung nakompleto niya, plus h which represents the number of hours na kailangan pa. And then since ang nasa problem ay at least 50 hours, we can use the symbol greater than or equal. So, hindi po siya strict inequality. Kasi nga po, pwede ring maging 50 or more. Okay? Kapag sinabi kasing at least, 50 na yung pinakamababang number of hours. So, we can use greater than or equal to 50. So, ito na po yung ating inequality. 32 plus h is greater than or equal to 50. Now, second part is to solve the inequality and answer the question. So, we have here 32 plus h is greater than or equal to 50. Para matanggal si 32 dito, we can use the subtraction property of equality. we can have 32 minus 32 and then 50 minus 32 dito sa kabila. So ang maiwan na lang ay si h, okay, is greater than or equal to 50 minus 32 is 18. Okay? Therefore, the value of h can be more than or equal to 18. Okay? So ang ating final answer, the student needs to complete at least 18 or more hours of community service. Okay, so next part is if you want to graph it, okay, we can using our number line. Pwede namang hindi ganito yung number line nyo. I repeat, pwedeng mas maiksi or pwedeng mas mahaba. It's up to you as long as you can represent the inequality. So first, let's identify or locate yung ating 18. Okay, so 18 is here. We can use the closed circle or the closed dot. Bakit po close ang gagamitin natin? Since this is a slack inequality, meron siyang or equal, gagamitin po natin si closed circle. Kasama po si 18 dito. Yun po ang ibig sabihin. Now, where are we going to shade it? Dito po ba sa right side or sa left side? Since h can be greater or equal to 18, yung mas laking number. So we have 19, 20, okay, or even 18. So we will shade on the right side. Okay? So yun po yung solution natin dito sa problem number 1. Okay, let's have example number 2. Okay, a diet plan requires consuming no more than 1,800 calories per day. If someone has already consumed 1,120 calories by dinner, how many more calories can they have for the rest of the day without exceeding the limit? Okay, so yung diet plan po is not consuming more than 1,800 dapat per day. Now, if a person already consumed 1,120, ilan pa yung kailangan niyang calories para sa buong araw. Okay? Without exceeding the limit na hindi ka lalagpas dun sa limit. Okay? So let's show the inequality muna. So using this variable, let's see, is equal to the number of additional calories that can be consumed. So we have here 1,120 yung na-consume na calories. We can add C since ito yung kailangan pa niya na calories. And then, since sabi dito, no more than 1,800, anong symbol ang gagamitin natin? We have less than or equal. Okay? Kasi pag sinabing no more than, hindi lalagpas sa 1,800. Kasama ba yung 1,800 doon? Yes. Okay? So, 1,800 is still included. Alright. Now, let us solve for the inequality. So, let us rewrite 1,120 plus C is less than or equal to 1,800. Let us eliminate or tanggalin natin si 1,120 dito sa left side. So, we can subtract itself on both sides of the inequality. At ang maiwan na lang is si C. Okay, 1,800 minus 1,120 will be 680. Okay, so that's our answer. Ibig sabihin, the person can consume up to 680 more calories for the rest of the day. Okay, so hindi lalagpas sa 680 dapat. Okay, we can graph it using our number line. Take note, in our number line, yung ating interval ay hindi po siya by 1. Ang ginawa ko po dito ay by 10. So, nag-start ako sa 600, 610, 620 hanggang 700. Kailangan bang ganito ang graph natin? Again, it's up to you. Hindi necessarily na ganito rin po yung inyong graph. Okay? You can have a shorter one or you can have a longer one. As long as you can identify the location and then shade yung mga solution natin o yung set of solution natin. So, let's identify 680. Andito po siya. So, gumamit tayo ng closed circle or closed dot since ang ating inequality ay slack or hindi naman po siya strict. Alright? Kasama yung 680. Since less than siya, saan po ang less than 680? Dito po sa left side. So we're going to shade the left side of 680. All right? So that is our graph and that is our solution for number 2. Okay, example number 3. A group of friends went to a cinema. Each movie ticket cost 150 pesos and they will also spend 250 pesos in total for snacks. If they only have 1,000 pesos, what is the greatest number of tickets they can buy without spending a total of 1,000 or more? Okay, so how are we going to solve for this? First, let us represent the inequality. Okay, so let X be the number of tickets they will buy. So since ang presyo ng isang ticket ay 150, we can say 150x because x is the number of ticket. Okay? And then next, kailangan pa nilang bumili ng 250 pesos na snacks. So we have here 250 plus 250. Next, ano po ang gagamitin nating symbol when the clue here is 1,000 pesos or more? Okay? So, pwede ba yung 1,000 pesos? Okay, balikan natin tong sentence. Makikita natin, if we go backwards, we can read the word without spending. Okay, so ibig sabihin, hindi po kasama si 1,000. So, we can use less than. Okay, so less than 1,000. Next, we will solve for the inequality, the value of x. So, we have 150x plus 250 is less than 1,000. Therefore, we can use the subtraction property para matanggal si 250. So, 250 minus 250 will be 0. 1,000 minus 250 will be 750. Okay? Next part is we are going now to divide both sides by 150 para maging 1 lang po ito. So, 150 divided by itself is 1. 750 divided by 150 is 5. So, therefore, our answer is x is less than 5. The group can buy up to 4 tickets. Bakit 4 tickets lang po, no? Since x should be less than 5, pwede ba ang 4.5? Pwede ba ang 4.6? 4.7? Pwede ba ang decimal? Hindi po. Since we are talking about tickets, wala naman pong kalahating ticket lang. So, ano ba ang whole number na mas mababa kay 5? It's 4. Okay, so they can only buy 4 tickets and below. So to graph it, we can use the location of 5. So here, and then take note, ang ating circle ay open circle. Okay, so hindi kasama yung 5 dito. Next, we are going to shade 5 and below. Ito po yung ating graph. Okay, example number 4, we have here, a library allows a maximum of 12 books to be checked out at a time. If Emma currently has 5 books checked out, how many more books can she check out without exceeding the limit? Okay, so we have here the inequality. Let B is equal to the number of additional books Emma can check out. Okay, so ano po ulit yung maximum? It's 12 books. Okay, so ilan na po yung book ni Emma? It's now 5. Okay, yung na-check out niya. Ilang books pa po ang kailangan niya? So we can represent 5 plus B, the number of additional books. Dapat po ay hindi tataas sa 12 books. Okay, so maximum po yung 12, kaya we will be using the less than or equal to 12. So pwede pong maging 12, pwede rin pong mas mababa sa 12. Okay, now let us solve for the inequality. 5 plus B is less than or equal to 12. Now let us remove 5 here by subtracting itself 5. Also on the other side, let us subtract 5. Iwan na po si B, and then 12 minus 5 is 7. So B is less than or equal to 7. Emma can check out up to 7 more books. Okay, so we have here the graph. Let us locate 7, and then we will use the solid dot or the closed circle to indicate that 7 is included. Okay, saan po tayo mag-shade? Sa baba, dito sa left side or sa right side? Since less than po siya, dito po sa left side. Okay, there you go. That's the solution for number 4. Okay, for our last example, we have here number 5. During a science experiment, the temperature of a liquid drops steadily over time. The temperature change in degrees Celsius is given by the expression negative 5T is less than or equal to negative 25, where T represents the time in minutes. After how many minutes will the temperature be at least 25 degrees Celsius below the starting point? Okay? So, meron po tayong negative dito. So, you have to take note of this. Okay? Kasi mamaya, pag magdi-divide tayo, we are not going to use a positive number. Okay? So, let's have the inequality first. So, let T is equal to the time in minutes. Nasabi naman na dito sa problem. So, we will use just letter T. Hindi po tayong pwedeng gumamit ng ibang letters. Pag hindi po na-specify sa problem, then we can make use of different variables. No? So, let's continue. Okay, using the inequalities given in the problem, let us solve for the value of T. So, using our division property of equality, i-divide natin si negative 5 by negative 5. And then dito sa kabila, negative 25 divided by negative 5. So we will have T. Negative 5 will be cancelled out here. And then negative 25 divided by negative 5 will be positive 5. Okay? Pero take note, ano pong nangyari sa ating symbol. Okay? Nabaliktad na po siya. It was flipped on the other side. So instead of less than or equal, naging greater than or equal na po siya. Bakit? Since nag-divide tayo ng negative, mapapalitan na po yung ating symbol. Alright? So, you have to be careful with negative coefficients. Okay. Now, the final answer will be, the temperature will reach at least 25 degrees Celsius below the starting point after 5 minutes or more. So, pwede po ang 5 minutes, pwede rin po ang 6, 7, 8 or more minutes. So in our graph, we can just identify 5 and then take note, solid dot po ang ginamit natin or closed circle because 5 here is included. Now, ano ba ang greater than 5? So it's on the right side. So ito po yung ating isi-shade. Okay, so that is our last example. I hope meron po kayong naintindihan sa 5 examples po natin. Okay, and this time, I'm going to give you time also to practice. You can answer the following exercises for you to master. Okay, there are actually 4 items here. Pwede nyo pong sagutan on your own. And then, ito po yung number 3 to 4. Okay, so I'm going to show you also the solutions later on. Okay, so you can just pause this video first and then just go back kapag natapos nyo na po. Okay, so I'm going to wait for you after you finish this one. So God bless po sa inyong pagsagot. Okay, I hope you are now ready to check your answers. I will just show you the solutions and then yung graph, I will just describe the graph para mabilis lang po tayo. So we have here the answers. Okay, paki-check nyo na lang po. Okay, if you have a longer solution, then it's probably correct as long as yung final answer nyo po ay parehas dito. And then yung inyong graph, you can just read this. You can just check kung ganito po yung ginawa nyo sa inyong graph. Okay? Now, number 2, we have here the answer. Number 3, number 4. Okay, there you go. I hope nasagot nyo po ng tama. And if you want to have more exercises, you can practice this activity on your own. And then you can just check this with your teachers later on, especially if they are using our PowerPoint presentations. Okay? So good luck with that. God bless. And I hope to see you again on the next one. But for now, thank you for listening and see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.
Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.